Hey everyone, Ravikin here. Welcome back to Tyranny. Let's see if I remember how to play. It's been 2 days. Hail, Fate Bender. The disfavored scout nods at your approach. Camp's on up ahead. Don't mind us, just clearing out the rabble. Let's see. Sterling Hagen. Who's this guy? I don't know. Which one's that? Oh, this guy. Haha. I still don't understand what I've done to offend. I respect that these are now disfavored lands, and I am happy to give the Legion a proper toll. But she's going on about trading rights. What nonsense is that? I'm not allowed to trade one thing for another. It's not like I'm selling weapons or angering peasants or anything of the sort. Let's see here. The Overlord regulates all trade. If you lack the proper permits, your goods are forfeit. Makes sense. A trade permit? Well, how was I mean, to whom would I speak for such a thing? Let's see. Not us, and not our problem. Maybe march your butt to Bastard City and plead your case before tunin', but we'll lighten the burden and relieve you of your wares first. That should make the long trek a bit more bearable. Let's see. Let's go with this one. Don't really care fully about the story. Probably should. Want to make some bad decisions here. Oh, I lost favor. Oh well. Well, I guess I need to do this. And then this. Nice. Kind of wanted the disfavor to be like happy with me. I'm gonna go with that one. Sure. That was probably not the
Yes.
best way to do things. Ooh, slow down a moment. I know we're both eager to watch the Archons bicker over tactics like a pair of magpipes, but I need to ask you something first. What's that? The voices of Narat told me that you've come as a mediator, considering the source. Well, I can't help but feel I'm only hearing half the story, so let's have it out. What's so special about you? Can't do that. Let's see. I'm here to deliver an edict from Kairos. I'm actually tailing the expense of the siege. Let's just be free. Let's be true about it. That makes a crazy kind of sense, considering how long the siege have taxed the armies. I can understand why Kairos would send you with an edict to speed things along. Have you read it? Do you know what it says? Sure. We're just gonna be straight up. One more thing for the Archons to fight over. Well, thanks for cluing me in. If Kairos sends any lightning our way, just tell me when to duck. What else has the voice of Narat told you? Only that I can find you in Edgering ruins. Truthfully, I could have picked you out of the crowd. You're the only one of us who hasn't spent the last few months bathing in the stink of the Matani River. She laughs, but there's a forced nature to it. Why so suspicious? Just a feeling I got. When the Archons are together, the air gets as taut as a bowstring, and I can't help but think that no amount of compromise will get them seeing eye to eye. Why do you think the Archons are at odds? They've been the Scarlet Chorus since the early days of the conquest, so I can say it's been building a few years now. There's an energy about those two, like a pair of storms moving to collide. Is this gonna end with them both like fighting each other? I heard tell that Graven Ash and the voices of Narat shared some bad blood in the Northern Empire, but I don't know any of the particulars. That's absurd. If the Archons can't put their past behind them, they are unfit to command. Quick to anger, are we? I'm not disagreeing with you, but I would Take care where you speak your mind. Someone is always eager to report slander to their favorite Archon. Well, I'm technically higher than those, right? Okay, we're gonna see it nicely. Let's do our thing. Do 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 do. Can I talk to you now? I want to buy your stuff.
Sorry, I can't. Can't do that.
Oop, wrong button. Well, look at you. Our gate crasher from the court is still in one piece. The guard pounds his chest in a plate salute. Nice. Welcome to disfavored camp. Always happy to have an honored ally to pay us a visit. We're gonna salute properly. That he does. The warden nods in approval, then taps twice to the gate signal your arrival. Be well, Fatebender. Glory to Kairos. So I need to make people essentially fall in line, because I'm technically in charge. Kairos sent me here to do that. Pentabor. Hail to you, guardian of the law. The man dressed in merchant finery greets you with a smile. If you have a few excess rings weighing you down, best unburden yourself before battle. You know that if the disfavored suffer a merchant in the camp, that must be a man selling only the finest provisions and armaments. He points to his collection of shields, rations, satchels, wineskins, and other sundries. Take a look and see if there's something interests you. I can't do any of those. How did you come to work for the disfavored? Hard work and good supplies when Tuna's men come to my village. All the merchants were given difficult lists of what they were and weren't permitted to trade. He smiles hand on hip. In Kairos' wisdom, my record must have been a good one, because I was given the right to trade in all manner of goods. Most importantly, arms. Not a lot of merchants could legally sell weapons. It was like that even before Kairos. Sure, let me see your wares. What do you got? Pentabur rubs his hands airtight. Let's see if we can find something you might like. Probably not. I mean, things are probably better than what I have. There we go. But, yeah. We're not gonna buy anything, because I know most of the games wise you don't want to end up buying stuff. You end up getting better stuff from just like the battles and stuff. Okay. Who are you? Watch yourself, Fatebinder. Really? I might take offense to that. Who are you? Bitter quip. Glory to the voices of Narat. Projecting his salutation for all to hear, the grinning blood chanter raps his staff against the ground as you approach. Fatebender Lilith, I presume. He smiles quickly, retreats, giving way to a sour scowl. I am Bitter Quip. I'm here as the emissary of the Scarlet Chorus. What is it like working for the disfavored? He scoffs, looking away from you in the moment before sniffing and returning his attention to you. Reporting to the Iron Hag is an insult. She fought one duel for her title. One. Her leadership must be constantly proven, earned, and defended. Weakness should be bled to the bottom of the army, not rise to the top. Or weakness should bleed to the bottom of the army. My assignment here is also an insult, but one I will bear for the good of the chorus. Bitterquip sniffs the air, smiling with one side of his mouth. If only to see with my own eyes the failure of the disfavored, that will be a fine day. What can you tell me about the Scarlet Chorus? The chorus is the future of the Tears. I only feel derision, and pity for those who fear an inevitable ascension. Bitterquip looks at you with a raised eyebrow. What in particular would you like to know? Tell me about the voice of Narat. He is a supreme commander and public servant, he who sets us free but directs all. The voices of Narat is the epitome of what each of us can be, a magician without equal, and the leader of uncountable numbers. How did you join? The doctrine of strength speaks to me, and I answered the call, as did some of my peers, arcane peers. I took to the chorus almost instantly. Unlike most, I cried not for the life of comfort lost to me. My magic invokes fear and terror, and I easily established my dominance over a pack in my early days as the chorus. Okay, cool. So you're like a warlock. You have fear. What's your role? Already know that. You're doing that. Sounds as if you really like voices. Yep. Deuces. Leaving you alone. Okay, what do we got here? Ooh. Take all. We took stuff. Do. Okay. Where do we want to go? Is there anything else up here? Ooh, there's a barrel. Take the cheese. Take the cheese. Okay, so that's where we need to go. Let's go check out over here real quick. So I just picked up stuff. Like, do I have an... Can I see, like... I want to be able to see the items I picked up. That's my inventory. There we go. Weapons. What do we got here? So this would actually, let's see, lower my range, but increase DPS and everything else. So I'm wondering if that might be a... Oh, here we go. So this would do what? So right now I'm doing 12 to 14. I have a DPS of a 3.42, and it's frost damage. So I'm assuming green numbers mean that's going to be a positive thing. Let's compare. It looks like you can throw it, technically. I'm not going to throw it. So, it actually would be lower. So green numbers are bad? I'm confused. Whatever. Whatever, it's fine. I'll figure it out eventually. What's this? It's a shield. Okay, ooh. We got a person over here to talk to. Isotanus. Isotanus curses at the air as a blade of thin iron breaks in half beneath his hammer. Repairing weapons with scrap isn't exactly why I got into this craft, but our supplies are spent. He wipes his sweat from his brow and gets a better look at you. Why not forge bronze? Bronze will do in a pinch, but don't get me wrong. It can take a beating and get bent back into shape, unlike this stubborn iron we have here. He lets his pile on his work with dread. And we always have plenty of tin and copper lying around. Supplies aren't the problem. It's a rare smith who can churn out military-grade bronze consistently. More often than not, it comes out soft. Look around camp. We're garbing the Legion head to toe in iron because it's cheaper and easier to produce for the masses. Couldn't we do that with bronze? They call the disfavor the Iron Legion for a reason. Strategy and skill may be our backbone, but our claws are made of iron. The good stuff that comes from the smith of Lethian's Crossing. You mentioned iron shortage. I'm afraid so. The last shipment sent down the Matani went missing near Echo Hall Crossing. I'm afraid we won't be seeing any more now that the valley is sealed. Forge-bound iron is Tulian's responsibility. Why is this the first I'm hearing of it? Keep your voice down. The Isotanus flinches and lowers his own. Graven Ash doesn't want to cause a panic or pass any information to the Vendarian guard. Best case scenario, the iron tumbled off a boat and is rusting on a riverbed. Worst case, it ends up in the enemy's hands. If I find myself in Echo Call, I suppose I can keep an eye out. I appreciate that, as does the great general. More than you might guess. Maybe he isn't quick to offer his thanks to outsiders, but I know he'll be grateful for your help. It would be a boon to our war effort if iron was recovered. Ooh, I'm here to help you, which means clean up the Arkan's mess. I'm in charge here. That's what that means. There we go. We need to go do that now. Cool. Well, we're gonna go and talk to these guys first.
That odd.
Let's go talk to this guy. Lucia. I am Lucia. This is Marcus. Let his favorite soldiers point to the armored man next to her. And you must be Fate Bender? From under her helmet you hear the audible scoff. We've been assigned to babies. Assigned to your hospitality. Marcus quickly interjects. While you remain on this favored ground, you should need a place to rest. We can make the necessary preparations. Don't really care. Ooh, we can ask about skills. Oh. Tell me about yourself then. Let's see, make sure you pick the right choice. Don't really care. Don't care. Boo. I'm all about like the this favorite and everything when I was setting them up like, oh yeah, they're good stuff. But oh, we can we can upgrade stuff. Oh, I don't want that. I want this. Dang it, I screwed up. Okay. Let's see what else we got. So what do you do? Oh, you like dodge and stuff. Interesting. I kind of screwed that up. Oh well, we'll find out we'll see what I did later on. You see, using consumable in combat happens instantly. Does not send your character into recovery mode. Nice. Yesterday you blah 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 blah. I don't care. I'm here to.
There's 4 reports of avalanches in the mountains now. The Tearsmen can barely count past 9. They have neither the capacity nor the cause to close off the mountain passes. Either way, that leaves the 2nd and 4th cohort trapped outside the valley.
The Archon of War pounds his staff on the ground to punctuate his words. A large and imposing man to begin with. His profile is made larger still by his hulking suit of armor that hums with mystic energy.
Or it's the work of your perfidious Earthshakers. Only a fool would not suspect a traitorous Archon of poisoning the mind of his students with sedition. We would have killed the Earthshakers Guild for their master's treachery. But I'm sure you have some perfectly valid reason for allowing them to live as your pawns.
The Archon of Secrets passes a scepter between his hands as he speaks, twirling the rod in hypnotic circles. Emerald luminescence seeps from the seams of the Archon's ragged red robes. The glowing is most notable where his neck ought to be. His mask seems to float and spin, never pivoting or bending naturally. Are they, like, not really here then?
Hey, watch yourself. When these two get going, you don't want to get between them.
Verse whispers fearful as she beholds the Archons. Clear throat.
I always know you've run out of things to say when you resort to mocking my vassals. If we are to speak of treachery, why is it that my scouts see the Scarlet Chorus warriors defecting back to the Vendrian Guard? Your fearsome reputation has gone flaccid, for it seems you cannot control your soldiers, or perhaps you simply choose not to.
I cleared my throat. Iron Marshal Arrhenius. My lord, the Fate Bender has arrived. This favorite commander raises her voice, trying to little success to speak over the Archons. Perhaps we could table this discussion and let our guest speak.
Speaking of strategic failures, who was it that insisted the valley would need only a token garrison? For some strange reason, we can't seem to recall which balding halfwit grossly underestimated the enemy. Thoughts?
The Archon of Secrets twirls the scepter in a twisting loop, his leather-wrapped hands flipping the heavy rod in effortless flow. Are you two just about done? They bicker like children, do they not? The fifth eye's grating tenor pierces the tension in the tent, and all eyes land on the crimson sphere. I, meant only to say, welcome to our guest, the Fatebender. The armored retainer bowed with rush intelligence. And yeah, that's right. I'm not a moment too soon. 'Cause, yeah. Governor Lilith, long have been honored by your iron. Now we are honored by your presence. I must apologize for my lord's tempers. Run high of late. I'm gonna glare silently.
Welcome, Firestarter. We have been eagerly anticipating your arrival. Perchance you bring another of Kairos' edicts to savage the enemy?
We were worried you'd never make it. So glad that Drostus' demise didn't cause further delay.
The Archon of Secrets turns his attention to you. The frozen rictus fashioned on his bronze mask greets you with a permanent smile. Oh, see, I'm supposed to be like in charge here. Like they're like the generals, but I'm like sent from the big boss directly. I've come bearing an edict of Kairos.
Once again, you bring us support in a time of need. We fondly remember your service to the chorus in the taking of the bastard city. We knew back then you were destined for great things. But we had not anticipated you would be twice honored with the task of proclamation. So, do not keep us waiting. What is the Overlord's will?
Ooh, okay. So I like. So these ones are fun. Like, you know, in honor of your incompetence and disarray. Oh, and then we have this one here. It seems you need some encouragement to work together. So I'm going to stick with this one here. The Over's loyal servants must hold Ascension Hall by Kairos' Day of Swords, or all in the valley shall perish. Earth sways with each word you utter, the air thickening with warmth as you pronounce the tersely phrased commandment. It's every symbol drafted by the hand of Kairos. With the edict proclaimed, your pulse quickens and your muscles in your legs, worn from a long trip down to the mountains, feel renewed. The tired limbs now nearly buoyant with vigor. Boom.
The Overlord means to compel us into action. No doubt the avalanches in the mountains are part of this ultimatum. We must conquer the Oathbreakers or die in failure. There is no room for error, and no other way out of this valley alive. We'll need to advance across the Matani. We lose everything if we stand still. And we move to backup Plan Green. The Earthshakers didn't make it over the mountain in time. So we do this the hard way. Over the walls instead of through.
The Archon of War taps a finger against his temple. A little rumble escapes from under his beard.
So you found your backbone at last! Oh, we were worried past humiliations would make you soft, timid. That was a record for you, right? The baker's dozen lost in one sortie. If you had waited for the chorus reinforcements, maybe we'd have eyes and ears on the matter.
The Archon of Secrets passes his scepter from one hand to another, chuckling softly. We have, see, bicker all you wish. You're just wasting valuable time. Are you too daft? Is it your indecision and bickering that has necessitated this edict? Learn to work together, or we're all doomed. Remain silent, or subterfuge. They call you the Archon of Secrets, but you certainly don't seem to know anything remote. I'm just gonna remain silent.
You make it sound like you've been putting even the slightest effort into getting a foothold across the Matani, when all you've done is set your gangs to uncoordinated raids. You're the Archon of Secrets. Why is it you still don't know the enemy's full strength and capabilities? Maybe you know, and choose not to share.
Look, if you're afraid to send more troops against the Oathbreakers, just admit that you're a coward and allow us to take charge of the situation. The Scarlet Chorus will be happy to prove it can do what the disfavored cannot.
Remain silent again.
I tire of your incessant heckling. The disfavored has shouldered the brunt of this war, and I will not have you mock our sacrifices.
My lord, Barrack and his band have been drilled on the Echo Call assault plan. The Crescent Runners should be briefing him as we speak regarding the latest enemy movements along the river. I will dispatch him at once. The Iron Marshal salutes, clapping her gauntlet to her breastplate. And I will ensure the chorus stands ready to march. If the disfavored can take the river, the chorus has the manpower to secure the outer ring of the valley.
Our soldiers clamor for battle, and at last we shall have it. Verse, we command you to continue guarding the Fatebinder. Tunan's chosen is our honored guest, and must be shown our finest hospitality.
I won't let you down, boss. She'll get through the campaign in one piece, as long as she doesn't do anything too stupid.
The voices of Narat, the Archon, twist her of his scepter one last time, then taps the fifth eye on the shoulder, and the two depart.
Finally, the fool and his puppet are gone. Perhaps now I can hear myself think. Rarely do I question Kairos' judgment, but I will never understand why the voices of Narat is given such authority. I shudder to think what will become of us all should Tunon favor him in the end. Though the edict threatens the Scarlet Chorus just as it threatens us, I cannot shake the feeling that our allies will work against us. You've shown your worth in war, and your name has been known to the Legion since the very beginning of this long conquest. So I'd ask that you join us this one last time, to help us wrap up this last objective. If you wish to be counted amongst the glorious, speak with the Iron Marshal. She will direct the order of battle until we are ready for the final push into the Citadel.
I'm short a few scouts, short a few soldiers, short a few everything. I'm sure my brethren would be grateful for the assistance of a skilled outsider. I would be honored to help. The Iron Marshal salutes Raven Ash, then turns to leave the tent. I will be at the training grounds, readying the soldiers. Find me there when you are ready. She pauses, clearly her throat. And though I am loath to mention it, the chorus has likely use your assistance. They certainly won't secure the outer valley on their own. Fifth Eye will be somewhere in the rat's nest they call a camp due east. Seek him out if you must. So that person actually there is all like, I actually have an idea of what I need to actually do. What is this? 8 days to, oh, there's a time frame in this. When I received the missive that said the fire starter was coming to the well, I thought, at last, we'll torch these we'll torch these effing swine. But no, I was foolish to count on such things. Begone from my tent, I tire of these endless distractions. Wow. You know what? Fine. I'm just not gonna talk to you. I was sent by the main overlord. Directly. Okay, so we want to go where? Let's see. Talk to these guys again. Well, if it's the Fate Binder. You tell me about yourself? How about... Ah, here we go. Every battle is a reminder of the Legion's superiority. The Oathbreakers have plenty of heart, but nothing to beat the northern values of the Crash and Red. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. And how about Lucia? I'm handy in lots of ways. Believe me, she makes weapons, though. I could say... Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Asking if I was flirting with. Little does she know. That's totally what I was doing. Okay. Ooh, what's this? Nothing. Nothing I care about. This has changed up a little bit. What are you? You're an earth shaker. You're kind of cool looking. Hey! Rona! No, I don't care about Rona. She's not talking to me. Who are you? Borak. Here we go. Don't just coddle the impact. Push back with your shield. Take the momentum. Iron Marshal Aronis, field commander. The disfavored pounds her fist in the air as she calls out to the warriors on the training field. I said, eyes on your opponent, waistline. If you spend more than a glance checking his footwork, you've lost. The disfavored officer turns to you, adjusting her pale golden coat as she clears her throat. Need to stay on top of the troops or their skills are rust. It's for their own good, even if they don't believe it. There we go. We have to, saying that they need some help. I have brigades massing along Placid, Echo Call, and Little Tooth Crossing. The Venturing Guard may be able to hold one bridge, but they cannot hold against a concentrated three-prong attack. I have no right to give you orders, but her words falter at a short cough, breaking her flow. But we will die at Kairos Edict should we fail, so I'm not about to let my pride blind me to the value of good help. What happened last time? Defeat in detail. We carved a bloody path up to the river, but at that point, everyone who charged ahead was lost. We had no chorus backup. It was just a few disfavored squads. I can tell you exactly how they were defeated, but we lost the whole assault team. I can't tell you exactly. Can't tell you. She shakes her head, letting out a long, pained sigh. We found bodies washed up on the river for days. It's not often the Tiersmen put up such a good fight. It certainly made us reevaluate the numbers we need to take this valley. Really? Are you sure our scouts didn't give you all sorts of details about the enemy, and you choose to disregard our warnings? We can pass blame after the war, only the Oathbreakers matter now. Quite right. We need to do is get both groups of people together and working together to actually make this happen. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So, my duty is essentially to make things happen. So, I gotta have to say, put your bickering aside and get things done. Quite right. Getting our emotions in a mix won't hasten the campaign. What's the value of taking the crossing? We can't just march from here to the Citadel without the veteran guard manning the riverbanks. Fording troops and supplies through even the narrowest points of the river makes us vulnerable to attack, especially since our armor wasn't built for swimming. She points north toward the mountain spire looming over the horizon. If we can take the river, we have a clear march to the Citadel and Ascension Hall. Will be ours in no time. So this favor need my help? Trying to pour salt on my pride. We left Fort Resolution with 100 on 100, and there have been no reinforcements or reserves. I keep throwing warriors back into battle before they're properly rested. So yes, I need to rely on our allies, especially since most of our allies are considered Tiersmen, worse than useless. If the disfavored didn't take every opportunity to insult the Scarlet Chorus, perhaps you'd find our help more forthcoming. Shut your snot, filthy mongrel. I won't suffer childish jabs at my camp. She has a point. This favor constantly mocked the Scarlet. Glare at verse. You speak out of turn and defend our host. Apologize. I don't have a diplomat thing yet. You want me to what? She glares at you, but something in her expression reflects doubt. I'm fine. You know, I should have kept my big mouth shut. I will assist. Their plans might work. The Iron Marshal lifts her gauntlet close to her face, shifting her eyes from you to the metal articulations. We are loath to work with those who do not share our training and our values, but we know that Turon, the Agenticator, selects only the most capable minds for his court, and I trust you will honor us all on the field. Antio will be leading the charge at Echo Call Crossing. Assisting you will be Barik of the Stone Shields. She points to heavily armored soldiers standing sentry at the edge of the training field. Before you ask, no, the Forge-bound weren't sloshed on Dapleseed when they fitted his armor. He survived the full force of the Edict of Storm, and this armor doesn't exactly come off. Gotcha. Tactically, it's quite brilliant, but otherwise it's somewhat of a curse. Tapping her helmet twice, everyone signals to the hulking presence, Brock, come meet the Fatebender. The soldier that steps up to you better resembles an amalgamation of rusted blades and mismatched pieces of armor fused into a vaguely human shape. That would suck. He reeks of sweat, feces, and whatever oil treatment keeps him flexible.
Fatebinder, the Iron Marshal has tasked me with keeping you alive, and I have no intention of disappointing her. That should be enough assurance for anyone.
An honor.
Likewise, good Binder.
The soldier heaves a heavy iron arm into a salute, his whole body clanging as he wraps his gauntlet against the twisted sheets of metal.
Barrick, is that you under there? I had no idea you were in Vendrian's well. Fatebinder, do you know this walking anchor?
I knew him as well as anyone during the
That
conquest.
can change. When the tiers are fully under our command, I'll take you to whatever passes for a watering hole in this forsaken country. We'll drink the local swill to honor the fallen.
Forget the fallen. I know a great brothel in Lethian's Crossing where we can watch something rise, then fall, then rise again.
The Fatebinder will be joining us for the push across the river. I figured an extra hand might help, and more importantly, if my worries come true and the chorus tries to impede the mission, we will have an observer from the court on our side.
Better to work with the Honorable Binder than some chorus children.
He nods to you, his armor creaking as he bends his neck. I asked that Barrick accompany you there to attribute the cooperation between his company and the Scarlet Chorus. Okay, so Barrick, you've been without a cohort since the last battle of Stalwart. It's time we gave you a task more worthy of hauling wagons and leading training drills. She plants her hand on her hip and speaks in clipped official terms. Ash has assigned you to the Fatebinder service. You're to assume this task is ongoing until we find a more permanent spot for you, which could very well mean the swiftly approaching end of this war, or when the Fatebinder dismisses you. Is that understood? Barrick regards the Iron Marshal in impressive silence. That's an order, Barrick. She shakes her head and sighs, returning to her focus. To you. He can be stubborn as pulling a spire out of the earth, but he's a good soldier. Hope you don't mind the company. Honor. Sure. You gain favor with the... Okay, fine. Cool. So I now have 3 people. So we're gonna go talk. I need to go with you said the east side of the camp. How do I get over there then? So I need to go out and about, I guess. Is that what this all is about? So what's this? Oh, I got stuff. Attribute point. What? Each level can increase one, blah 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 blah. Okay. Cool. Dude, he looks creepy. Okay. So let's do a... That one? Or do I need to pick one of these first? I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, Barrick has 1 point. That's what it's all about. Okay. I want to say, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Increase 100 and 200 melee weapon damage. Gain a chance to attack enemies as they engage you. Ooh. I'm thinking... Do that one. And what's this then? Oh, this is picking up, like, new stuff. Okay. Then he's the one who has the attribute points then. So for him then... I'd probably want my, might to increase? What's what I'm missing here then? I'm missing something here. Okay. Did that. What's this then? Oh, that's the. This is the primary thing. That's the secondary thing. Okay. So, oh, this way. This is where we need to go. We have 8 days remaining. Scarlet Chorus Camp. Let me go to Echo Hall. 1 hour, 30 minutes. Your path is blocked by a small group of vendor and guard. You can go no further until you deal with them. Dang it. Got into a fight. Ooh.
That's far enough, Fatebinder.
A woman's voice booms from atop a nearby outcrop. Flashes of aquamarine body paint peek out from under her loose-fitting traveler's garb, and her outfit is fastened in braids and knots of a sailor's line. Flanked on either side are warriors dressed in vendor and guard regalia. The woman leans on an elaborate bladed staff, pulsing with arcane energy. A swath of blue fabric rests draped over her arm.
In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I offer and request a delay of blade. There are matters we must discuss without fear of reprisal.
The woman bows deeply, lowering her head in a practiced display of etiquette. The warriors by her remain in a steady stance, nerves clearly on edge. In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I offer and request a delay of blade. There are matters we must discuss without fear of reprisal. You have me at a disadvantage.
I am Ebb of the School of Tides, and today I speak on behalf of the Vendrian Guard.
I advise caution, Fatebinder. Only thing more dangerous than a tearsman is an educated one.
Metal articulation growed as he tries a subtle move, his hand towards his blade. There's a blue flag. I expect you to honor it.
As is our custom, we are ready to kill to defend our lands, but we kill only in fair battle. We don't slay our prisoners. We know this isn't Kairos's way, but we must have hope. A few of my kin have gone missing, and though they may have perished, I have to inquire on the off chance they still live. If Captain Tarkus Deimos still lives, we would negotiate for his release.
I don't remember that name at all. Assuming he is our prisoner, what would you offer in exchange?
We would offer you 5 choirmen that got lost on patrol. They're healthy, got other limbs too.
I would not have us barter with oathbreakers. Certainly not for anything less than disfavored lives.
You say there's something worth less than a disfavored life. Call me intrigued.
I'm sorry, though. That names mean nothing to me.
No, I'm sorry. I'm asking about one man out of thousands that have been slain by Kairos's forces. It's not like I remember the name of all your friends that I've killed. If I may make one more inquiry, what of Palox Tyrell? Did he survive?
I know not of this person.
And I imagine nobody will ever again. Fine. That's all I need to know. My apologies, Fatebinder. I had a terrible feeling this errand was in vain from the start.
With the fight now?
I had no expectations that our friends could be saved, as I'm sure the time for swapping prisoners is long gone. But at least I know of what became of them. That'll have to be enough.
I have a few questions for you.
We shouldn't be socializing with oathbreakers.
We need to get information we can. Find out what's going on, because we don't have any information.
I will entertain them as best I can. After all, understanding is the only hope we have. What is it you wish to know?
Why do you resist Kairos? What are you trying to save?
I grew up without my knee bent to Kairos, and if I'm going to bow to someone, let it be another Tearsman. We've ruled ourselves just fine for centuries, so we'll give our lives so that our sons and daughters might rule themselves.
Ooh. The younger realms were beset with constant battle. You prefer that to Kairos' order. Only your daughters were really free in tears. Why fight against Kairos equally? equality. It makes you think that you have a chance, but a mage like you would not be subject to such superstition and fear under Kairos' reign. I'm gonna stick with this one. Have order instead of constant battles. Or should I go with equality? No.
You make conflict sound like a bad thing. Yes, the Younger Realms saw frequent battles, but it was never this wholesale slaughter like we've seen of late. No Tearsman ever cast an edict on the soil, or forced prisoners to kill each other, or butchered beastmen tribes.
But your daughters are the only ones that were
There's
free.
freedom, then there's trusting idiots with power. Give a man 1,000,000 marauders, he'll lose sleep worrying over his neighbor's 1,000. I prefer my realms ruled by the braver sex. For centuries we've left the lands to the women, and the seas to the men. And we did plenty fine until Kairos came around.
The mage one
I
here.
doubt life is any better sworn to some mad archon. I'd rather stand with my fellow Tearsmen. Or, I suppose, stand immediately behind them in the event of an attack.
And their marker soldiers flanking her, striking, tracking looks. Ebb turns to focus her compare.
Yeah, you heard me. The way things were years back, you'd all be calling me a water witch and conspiring to sell me out to the nearest sage. Just because I'm helping you stop Kairos doesn't mean I've forgotten the hospitality of ages past.
And people wonder why the Tearsmen could never unite in time to fight back. It's refreshing to see that some things never change.
Okay, let me ask something else. How did they overthrow the garrison?
I
I'll
would
get some
joke that the
information.
voices of Narat left the gate unlatched, but dozens of warriors lost their lives taking the citadel. There was no secret to it. We simply attacked with speed and certainty at a time when the Archons were elsewhere in the tiers. The Scarlet Chorus had a rout, and what few disfavored soldiers were present made an impressive showing. But they were surrounded and overwhelmed once the chorus fled.
Okay. Who's in charge of this
Listen
instruction?
to you, thinking just like the Overlord wants you to think. There always has to be a person in charge, or things don't make sense. Well, we don't answer to anyone. We are each of us sons and daughters of the Tiers, and take this task upon ourselves freely. But Captain Tarkus Ari, former Falksman of Queen Vendry and Alanta, is the voice we trust when we seek unanimity.
I assume Tarkus Ari and Tarkus Demos are relations?
Yes. Deimos was Ari's brother. We were certain he was dead, but the captain takes family seriously, so I volunteered to find some answers. And now here we are.
Were the prisoner swaps in the past?
That is our way, Binder. Here in the south, only thugs and bandits kill prisoners. The Younger Realms may be guilty of constant fighting, but we never slay each other when the battle's long over. We're not about to change that now. As a rule, Kairos' forces haven't been keen on swapping prisoners. But I know our disfavored prisoners aren't prisoners anymore. I just assumed they were swapped for some of our own. Fair enough. But now a question for you.
Okay.
The Edict. I can feel its magic coursing through the air. Everyone can. But those of us enlightened to the currents of magic feel it most. The wording of the Edict. What was it?
Ooh. Should I tell them? Because essentially... Ooh, I don't know what to do. Okay. I haven't done this before in a game. It's either going to be 2 or it's going to be 3. I'm going to roll. I have a d20 right here. I'm going to roll a d20. And if it's odd, it goes to the odd. And if it's even, it goes to even. It is a 6. So we're going to go even. I'm going to tell her exactly what it said.
In the name of the vaunted North, the will of Kairos should be delivered with blade and hammer, not to the ears of oathbreakers and compromisers.
I'm trying to put fear into them because they're going to die if we don't win.
Curious. You did say all in the valley. So the edict will affect Kairos' forces? This is most unexpected.
Glare silently.
So if the armies don't get us, the edict will. Well, thank you. I suppose it's good to know our days of anticipation will soon be over one way or another. I've another question for you, if you will entertain it.
Are we really standing here and chatting with Oathbreakers? It's hard to watch. Like cuddling a goat you're going to kill
I know.
for dinner.
Ask your question, Ab.
When I was young, my parents told me the Tears were special, and the Overlord's edicts and armies could never touch us. Seems I've been told a hefty sum of lies. So answer this honestly for me, please. Is it true that Tunon's fate binders can smell truth from falsehood?
Glare silently.
Well, if it were true, you'd happily brag about it, and if it weren't, you'd probably just sit there and bluff. There's my answer. And Kairos' edicts. I have heard the sages speak at length that some of the edicts elsewhere in the world have been broken. How is this?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with lore.
Ah, so some edicts are forever. The rest are, as long as Kairos has in mind? Needless to say, Kairos' magic is unlike anything we've seen in any Archon. You'll forgive, I hope, the questions. The Overlord and his Archons used to be things of legend. Now they're everyday maladies, and I'm eager to separate the truth from the lies I've been told by house and guild. In accordance to our most ancient customs, let us depart in honorable accord. May peace find you, Fatebinder.
She bows. Okay. So, what do we miss here then? Painted on their soldier's arm in the bottom of this pond, a victim of previous battle. Okay.
Yes.
Where'd they go? There's no way up and down from here. Oh, I don't know where to go. I guess it doesn't matter technically. Yes, 45 minutes longer. Yep, that's fine. Oh, I don't know if I gave way too much information. I was trying to, you know, give them the proper information to make them scared, essentially like, oh,
Can't do that.
no matter what we try doing, we're screwed type of situation. Ooh, what's in here? We got a rusted iron sword. What's this doing? Lilith, word has reached this court that you have issued the Overlord's edict to the Archons of War, and secrets. Know that we understand fully and weight this burden and appreciate the loyalty you show in declaration. Provided you survive this span, your service will be duly recognized. As you navigate the idiosyncrasies and mutual antipathy, blah 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 blah. The words War Masters, those that teach themselves, fate winner, blah 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 blah. Something for us to find decisions. Choose wisely. Thanks for the advice. Send it. Okay. The honor guard places her hands in her belt as you approach, gripping the hilt of a blade. Past this point is chorus territory. You don't look like someone's conscript. You sure you're in the right place? Glare silently. The guard tenses up, locking eyes with you. That walking hunk of rust. What's maybe it doing here? Glare silently. Fine, just come in. I'm sure. Yeah, that's right. You don't. You do not mess with me. That's what I'm gonna stick with. What's this? A scroll. You discovered a new sigil, magic and word terror. Ooh, what'd I get? What's this? Illusion. Oh, so I do that with like this. Spectral blur. Cool. We only have one expression for now. Sweet. Let's see here. Anything over here? Oh, there's somebody to talk to. Is this person I need to talk to? No. There's a thing here. Maybe it's this guy. Nope. Horde. Hi, Horde. There we go. Slaverus. Hail, Fatebender of Tunin. Yeah, you knew exactly who I was. That his favorite officer pounds a heavy gauntlet against his chest in stiff but warm greeting. Were I a betting or a superstitious man, I'd say fortune must favor me today. I am not. But pleased to meet you, all the same. Now, what brings you to my little slice of personal damnation, otherwise known as... He spreads his thickly gloved hand. This here mud and shit stinking chorus camp. If anything you'd like to report, soldier, maybe you've noticed something unusual during your time here? He cants his head to one side, taken aback. What about the course isn't unusual? The army itself is a strange, malnourished beast. But no, the screamers seem mostly in order, ma'am, and I haven't been spying, if that's what you're implying, ma'am. Still at his post, he studies you sharply, scarcely appearing to breathe. Of course, even if I was, it'd be damn near impossible to learn anything from this shit sty. Fifth Eye and those damn furry don't even loop me in enough to do my detail, or don't even loop me in enough for me to do my detail, and it's not for lack of trying on my part. What do you mean? I'm not just here to keep a steady eye on the Oathbreakers, who they give far too much freedom after conscripting. I'm here to be a resource for benefit of both armies. I can provide insight regarding proper strategy, request a shock of troops from Iron Marshal and Uranus for reinforcements if needed. But they won't listen to me, nor confide in me, nor fight besides the brethren I could request. Okay, farewell. I don't want... Whatever.
Can't do that.
Nope, sorry. I didn't mean to click on that. There's somebody over here for me to talk to. Must be this guy. Fifth Eye. Hey, it's that guy. The Bender of Tunon arrives, squealing with teenager's timber. The Fifth Eye's voice makes your gums itch and your fingernails feel in need of a trim. And we just finished having a bit of sport with some captives, but worry not. We'll have more fun with another batch momentarily. Dressed in the bronze-red regalia of the Crimson Spears, the Fifth Eye beckons you to stand close, wagging a blood-splattered glove. Now that you have issued this edict and doomed us all to die, have you come to help us climb out of this hole? Chirps a lefter of Sentry's like, yeah, are we gonna do something? Just you're getting your warriors ready for battle. Not here to follow your every order, but I will need to work together to stop this edict. Yep. But of course, you are Tunan's concubine, not mine, really. I envy your long leash and hope you will grace us with your prowess, if only to set an example for the rabble. We know that the Oathbreaker are focused on the citadel beneath the mountain spire, but we have learned this is not their only nest. Given their pattern of attacks, they must have a second group maintaining camp here in the other valley. Unless we deal with the second group, they'll attack from behind the moment we cross the river. Remain silent. My last group of scouts returned with a new batch of prisoners, and one of these prisoners claims that she can lead us to the Vendrin Guard secondary camp, though there are shreds of deception in her voice. I could use your help questioning this Vardi Kel. Perhaps you will get less screams and tears, and more useful information out of her. If we knew where to ambush the Oathbreakers, we could try and take their captain, and show him the wisdom of joining the chorus. Here we go. An undertone mutter escapes from the Fifth Eye, blah blah blah. I do not tell the voices of Nerat what to do, nor do I ask questions of his motives. The Archon is busy plotting the efficient destruction of those Oathbreakers, and is not to be disturbed. I will speak with the prisoner. Okay. Well, I made them angry. Well, that's because I was Majestic. What's this about? That's this one. Okay. What do we got here? Scarlet Fury, Scarlet Fury. I have a feeling I'm like gonna get like killed or something by the people I'm supposed to be controlling. Hey, it's Reg. Well, look who we have here. Chewing on some manner of cud, a heavy-set soldier flings spittle and crumbs as she talks. The fate binder finally shows herself. I'm Reg, the second soldier chimes in, and this is Baz. We were wondering when you might pay the camp a visit. The Fifth Eye has been a little starved for attention. He ordered us to watch you like a troublesome babe. Make sure you don't get out of line. Something like that, or have questions, ask us. Good luck finding anyone else in camp will give you an answer or even smile. Tell me about yourself, Baz. I was a self-sword, blah, 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 blah. Reg. Family at a farm. Okay. Tell me about the time in here. 11. Okay. Tell me about the Fifth Eye. Stuff. Bender wall. See if I'm getting any other type of things. Nothing. What can you teach me? Nothing. You can train this guy though. I think he's dual wielding. Let's do that. What can you teach? Lore stuff. Perfect. Okay. What do we got here? Oh, that's a big subterfuge one. I'm not gonna be able to do that one.
Sorry, I can't.
Oop. Grab this one first. Ooh, we got an axe.
Sorry, I can't.
Oh, but you can. You just don't know it yet. Take that stuff. What's this? It's not gonna let me do it, is it? Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, but supposedly there's something over here. And then I need to, what? Do this prisoner over here? Actually, let's do this one over here first. Okay, because I missed this, because I wasn't
You
thinking.
see that? Good thing I keep a torsion wrench handy.
Awesome. What do we want over here? Where's the thingy over here for me? Ah, it's just a barrel. Okay. So I'm going to pick up whatever the blue thing is over here. I have a feeling it's one of these. And that's the prisoner I need to talk to. Cool. Cool. We got an axe here? That's a lot of damage. What are you running right now? So if I did this, let's see. DPS is a 3.3 versus... Okay, so if I give you that axe, it's probably better. So both are common. This is a better slash. Better DPS versus parry. Accuracy goes up. Recovery is increased. Penetration goes down by 1. It's a two-handed weapon though. Oh. It does say two-handed there, doesn't it? Okay. And towering shield. I lose dodge, but I gain parry. How about this one? They're the same thing. But the leather buckler has endurance. Oh, this one has 5. This one has 3. Okay. Okay. I'm slowly picking up what I need to do with this. And that kind of like equals them out. Okay, we're fine. Come over here. What do we got? We got this thing. Subterfuge, level 30. Can we open that up? Take stuff. There we go. We leveled up. Even better. What did we pick up? We picked up a light leather vest. Can I put that on? 1% deflection. Yeah, I kind of want to put the light leather vest on. I have a feeling that would be better. Right? Yeah. What does that do? Does this make my... Oh. Slightly longer on that, though. Put that on there. Okay. Cool. Armor. Anything else? Armor increase. If I do this... No, not that one. She's gonna look so weird now. Nope, those are garbage. Okay, I'll bring up her real quick. See if I give her this, what happens? Nope, that's better. She doesn't have a hat, so if we put this on her, she gets more. If I put this one on her, what happens here? Nope. Okay, how about these boots? What is that? Go over there for a second. Armor against fire. We're gonna keep your other boots on. We're fine. Bring this person up, and he's locked out because he can't put anything on. Cool. Go to our character here. She leveled up. So, quickness probably, right? Sure. And then she gets another thingy. We're gonna go magic. So we're gonna go charge strike. I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not, but it's fine. And we already took all that, so come back over here. Ooh, what? Level up bonus. Okay. +1 resolve. Oh, you want to talk. How did you do that? Do what? Back in the Archon's war tent, you cast an edict as casually as reading a supply shipment. How did you do that? It was nothing, really. Now that's time to pay coy. You spoke words that could lead to the death of hundreds. Take a moment to feel proud for yourself. Yeah, so if you say so. I have some questions
What
for
do you need?
Thoughts on disfavored? Think of the leader. Ash's connections to the troops. Could that be possible? Nope, wrong button. Already did all that. Oops. I should have read what I clicked there instead of just kind of going through. There we go.
That would be an understatement, and I thought you'd never ask. Since you're obviously at a huge disadvantage, I'll let you pick our weapon of choice.
Let's try dual-wielding knives.
Exotic. Good choice. I'll leave you to guess which one is my dominant.
Nice.
You held your own. Call me impressed. Need anything else, or what did you have in mind?
Present circumstances, travel companions.
Go ahead, Fatebinder.
Okay. And then we'll talk to him.
Fatebinder, you look like you need to talk. What can I do for you?
Tell me more about you. Looks like I need to make sure I get... Say nothing. Tell me about my name. Story
It is
about
a
the
symbol
honor.
of Kairos' will.
Go on. You're telling me about what happened with your thing there. Something about that. This looks like pretty solid protection. Handle your own for repairs. I'm on. Back to questions. Northern Empire.
Though we are encouraged to couple and mate within the Legion, I don't consider you one of my cohorts. I think I'll decline.
I wasn't talking about sex, Barrack.
You weren't. Suffice it, my armor saved me from the
Are you
destruction.
comfortable in there? Okay. Would you ever want to get a room? I'm concerned about the state of your uniform. That's what it's all. Okay. What do I think of predicament? How long do you think it will last? Something I can do. I don't want to know about that. How do you fare in water? I'm asking about how you go poop. I'm sorry, I'm not asking that. Seem like more capable of fire. Ooh. Okay. Meet concerns, circumstances, deeds, travel companion. Anything averse? Okay. Speak of something different. I want to make sure I have everything already all talked about. Sure. Want everything to be done. So I want them to, you know, have my
Go
back
on,
here.
Fatebinder.
Young Realms. Though I keep making decisions that some of them don't like, which is gonna happen. I mean, you don't always like everybody. Oh my goodness, so much stuff. Okay, screw you. You want to talk still?
Fatebinder. Always a pleasure. What do you need?
Nothing. What's this? Oh, I can camp for a while. Okay, let's do this. Fifth Eye. The Fifth Eye Commander in the local Scarlet Chorus surveys his camp, watching the stillness, the manner, blah 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 blah. I already know all this. Strongest camps. What happened to her sisters? Oops. Oh well, fine, whatever. Where's the stupid prisoner? There it is. No, over here. I want to talk to the prisoner. There we go. I want to talk to the prisoner. This one? There we go. Please, someone. I wish to bow before the voices of Nerat. I thought all could find redemption in the chorus. Woman in the makeshift armor of the Vendran guard lurches forward in agony. Her solid, trembling legs suggest she has been forced to stand for days. This one, he flippantly waves as the prisoner, was hollering earlier that she knows the location of the Vendran encampment, but she isn't being entirely honest. I told you this thing. The prisoner turns pale a moment before a look at determination comes over her face. That I wanted to guarantee I'd live and be welcome to the chorus as the captain. Then I'll talk. Otherwise, they'll just kill me once I've opened my mouth. I was dumb enough to join with the Vendran Guard, but I'm not dumb enough to give away my bargaining bronze. Tell me what you know, and I can see to your release. You claim you would disavow your people for the Scarlet Chorus. Why change of heart? Why should I trust the words of an Oathbreaker? I suppose I have no answer for that. Varia's eyes fall to the ground and she swallows nervously. When I joined the Vendran Guard, I accepted their broken vow unto myself. Have you not felt passion for a foolish cause? One you later came to regret? Well, my surrender is sincere, and I'm willing to bow before the voices of Nerat to prove it. Why the change of heart? Because I want to live, and you don't need to be the Archon of Premonitions to know that the young rebel realms are gone for good. You blink several times, blah 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 blah. Kairos' new strength of the tears would rather stand with the Archons and be cursed by them. I heard the chorus is looking for Captain Felix Florin and his crew. I can lead you to them, but only if you release me. You're lying. Why don't you tell me what you actually know, and I'll see about saving you. Ooh. That's cool. Well, you see, shaken by your demand, her lips move wordlessly for several seconds. So I don't know exactly where the rest of my crew is, but I can tell you. She shakes her head, catching her breath. Search that one. She reaches up with her right leg and points her foot, calling attention to a nearby pile of corpses. The tall, dark one, missing most of his face. Check his left boot. He was the literate one in our crew. He had the orders. With a snap of his finger, the pair of choremen yanked the boot off the fallen guardsman. A rolled parchment slides out of the boot and is thrust into the fifth eye's hand. He unfurls the scroll to give it a read. It's nonsense. Just a mash of words. Laughter erupts from the under of his mask. She said she had information. She gives us garbage. Slay the wretch for wasting our time. He snaps his finger at nearby Scarlet, who promptly snatches a long knife from her belt. Remain silent. Make the cut shallow. Give her time to regret toying with me. Boop. We're no closer to finding the Oathbreaker's position. Not that the culprit are a cryptic mess. She promised us and she gave us nothing was...
Sorry to interrupt, but I highly doubt it's gibberish. More likely, it's one of the local scripts.
The voice comes from another prisoner tied up next to Varia, an older gentleman with the quills, inks, vials, and parchment scrolls one finds on the stages of a school of ink and quills. Ink smudges all over her cheeks. Okay. Read the parchment to yourself. You unroll the parchment and see a message of modest length written with professional, but hastily penmanship. The Tearsmen speak the Cantu just like the Northerners, but they have a half-dozen different ways of writing it. The particular script is unknown to you. Who are you?
I'm Sage Lantry.
Show him the parchment.
Let me see. I can't. So, I don't know exactly what it says, but I'm half certain that's Sage Selwyn's handwriting. I'm sure I could decipher that in a few hours' time. Don't need my hands free, but I think better when not tied to a post. I know, I'm weird that way.
A few hours? Earlier you can read it or you can't. Either you can't. What use is a sage that doesn't know his letters? I've heard all I need to hear. I say we have some fun with this one. Your life depends on you translating this scroll now.
I would love to help. I just need some time. That's written in another sage's shorthand. I'd have to sit down with it, or better yet, compare it to a piece of his writing I have stashed on me somewhere. If I sat down with it while sufficiently sober, it's highly probable I'd figure it out.
Sober? Since when do we share the good stuff with the prisoners?
Oh, nobody shared. Right before I was taken prisoner, I imbibed several vials of reagents. I wanted to be numb and disconnected when my captors used me for carnal catharsis. It's
Gross.
Made these last few days tied to a post almost enjoyable.
Can't hurt to give him a few hours. You read the edict. I don't need to tell you the sundial is working against us. This addled old bag is just trying to stall us. The voices of Narat will be upset to know you squandered a source of enemy intelligence. How true. Then we shan't put him to waste. He will serve as a most riveting source of amusement as we put him on trial.
Fatebinder, I beseech you, be my advocate for this trial. I'm no fool. I know the chorus uses blood, not words, to settle these matters. But you are a servant of the Archon of Justice, are you not?
Um. Release the prisoner. I'm taking into my custody. Over my dead body! You once denied us the right back during the ill-fated campaign in the Vellum Citadel. You and the Sage aren't leaving this camp until I am entertained. Did you hear that, brothers and sisters? Raising arms to the sky and fifth-eyed roars from right here. Trial by combat is upon us. The Sage is unbound from the post, stiff legs nearly buckled in his attempt to walk as his arms flex and flail in the new freedom. Wiping sweat from his grim brow, the Sage steps closer to you with a nervous smile. Rhythmic roaring, blah 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 blah. If they got this worked up to fight the enemy, I'd venture the war would be over by now. Begin the chant of gathering. Let the warriors know that tonight's entertainment will be soon commence. Uh-oh. Brothers and sisters, who amongst you sets the standard of strength? Who amongst you will help winnow the weak from the strong? The fifth eye waves his hands in the air, drawing, gathering the chorus of soldiers. See, the more information I have, the better things I can do. Reclaimant have been assembled. Now the trial of Oathbreaker begins.
Look at that!
Oop. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, we're gonna start by doing some stuff. Can you like set up a bar? Like one then another? Here, do a I don't know. Give me an energy shield. Oh, I can't just do an energy shield, can I? I have to click on one of my people in order to do that. Do Searing Palm. This guy. You do Bloodsoaked Stone. Also on this guy. You do one of these. This guy. And I want you to... What are you doing? Oh, you're a healer. Right here.
On my command!
Oop, hold on a second. She's getting hurt. Do that.
All right, let's do this.
Someone!
There we go. By the righteous shedding of blood, we have found our answer. Regrettably, it appears the Sage is worthy of leaving our camp alive. The fifth eye offers a short mocking bow to Lantry. By the custom set forth by the voices of Narat, you are free to go, old man. Brag to your grandkids that you fell afoul of the chorus, yet live to tell the story. Glare silently. I thought I'd die to that post. The Sage looks down as the rope-worn wrist release disbelief. Now hand me the parchment. I'm certain I can decipher it. You better decipher it, otherwise I'm gonna kill you. Well, much of the parchment was weathered, but I could make out the important parts of the text. The note makes mention of a meeting spot west of Tripnit. Okay, so the old Sage knows his words after all. I'd ask that you travel ahead and see if you can't get the Captain Florin to yield to the chorus. They will strike at first sight of a chorus gang, but perhaps they will parley if yours is face to see. I know this area, and I suggest that we go at once. I'll show you the way. I'm eager to be far from the stench of this camp. You're offering to come with me? Why? Something's amiss. There's a lot of fight in you for an old scholar. Now you're offering to join the expedition? I met sages every bit as a cutthroat is hardened to gang bosses, and they have the part of the doddering scribes, but don't let that fool you. Smart for someone your age to be so mistrusting, but I'm not with the Oathbreakers, if that's what you're fishing at. I worked for them under duress, but I have no love for them. I'm not about to pledge to the chorus, and the disfavored wouldn't have me. Still, I consider myself a Kairos, faring vassal of the Overlord's empire at all. Okay. For as long as I've been a sage, I've been trying to defend myself. We don't spend all our time binding books and sketching wildlife, just most of it. For centuries we've been in a quiet war with the School of Tides and the School of Wild Wrath. You can travel alone as much as I do, and know not the Bronze Dance. Very silently. You're offering to come with me. Why? Because the alternative is what? Living here with these illiterate brutes? Yep. Swear fealty to me. Darn right. He is now mine. Because I have fealty. Okay. What is he up to? So I guess he kind of does this. So we're going to upgrade this. And then here, he is a sage. I like the healing spell though. So let's do this. Oh, he has another one. Oh. Can we do this? I kind of want him just to be a straight up healer. Do that one. Then we can't do any of these. Perfect. Okay, we're good. And what did we pick up? We picked up something here. So we have to do this, and we have these two. Oh my goodness.
Consider it done.
So much. No. So much stuff. I'm running out of time too, which sucks. Okay. There's people over here. Who the hell are these people? What's the problem here? No problem here, Madam Binder. Captain Fuckwig here seems he's about to balk from his challenge. Thinks just because he turned to run a ship, he's qualified to run a gang. Just walk away. Oh, people died. Oh well. What do we get? We stole some swords. I guess I could have like just fought and taken this stuff. Oh well. Where does this go? Oh man. 7 hours 45 minutes or 1 hour and 45 minutes. Oh, this is probably the best bet, taking the crossing. The only issue, we take the crossing, then we get attacked. Oh, this is like one of those things we have to choose our things. It's a main route into the valley and possesses 2 highly defendable bridges. Many settlers in this area are believed to be directly assisting the rebel effort. This earned a title from a pondering of thick settlers aggressive clear plant. The name persistent triplet is but one of the several expansive forests in the valley, easily capable of obscuring rebel movements and aberrations. You determine that the Vendran Guard have operated in this area, making it a prime location to secure. We're gonna have to figure that out. So I'm gonna leave this here. We got a lot of plot stuff done. I mean, a whole lot of plot stuff done. And we got ourselves a little healer guy. So, that's awesome.
Right.
So, yeah, we're going to leave this here. We gain 2 new allies. Kind of like a tank and then a healer. So, we have a group going on. I'm looking forward to this. We gotta figure this out. We only have 8 days to get this thing done. So, we're kind of running out of time. And, I feel like I'm gonna lose, but I might not. I might do good. I don't know. We'll have to find out. What are these? Were these just like tooltips? These were all tooltips I got that just never disappeared. Okay. Yeah. So that was fun. We're gonna leave this here and we're gonna get this all figured out because I really like how this game is progressing. Some of the story is a little slow, but I love the dialogue. Like whenever there's voice acting, it's amazing. The voice acting in this is phenomenal. I just kind of wish the whole thing was voice acted. That'd be even better because I don't voice act. I'm just not good at it. Okay. Well, again, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys had fun. I know I did. I'll see you guys next time.